Over in the U.S., adamant calls for police reform are mounting amid the funeral of a black man who was brutally beaten to death by officers on duty. Our Eun-jin covers this tragic event.
29-year-old Tyre Nichols took his last breath on January 10th, 3 days after he was brutally beaten by 5 officers at a traffic light. The beating, the latest incident of police brutality against Black Americans, occurred despite U.S. cities pledging to strengthen use of force policies after the death of George Floyd in 2020. Those policies include the use of a necessary amount of force. However, they also make it the duty of an officer to intervene when a fellow officer engages in dangerous conduct. A memorial service was held in Memphis on Wednesday for Nichols, roughly 3 weeks after his death. In those 3 weeks, 5 officers have been fired and charged with his murder. During the service, U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris and civil rights activist Reverend Al Sharpton both delivered words of mourning and support, as well as impassioned speeches calling on Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act.
This violent act was not in pursuit of public safety. It was not in the interest of keeping the public safe, because one must ask, was not it in the interest of keeping the public safe that Tyre Nichols would be with us here today?
Some of us believe in the dream has to come true. Some of us are going to fight until we make this legislation happen. I don't know when, I don't know how, but we won't stop until we hold you accountable and change the system.
Sharpton also added that he believed the officers wouldn't have beaten Nichols in the same way had he been white, raising the issue of race. The George Floyd Justice and Policing Act passed the Democratic-controlled House in March of 2021, but broke down soon after in the Senate. Calls are growing louder for the revival of the act, which broadly covers a variety of police reforms, including increasing the use of body cameras, creating a national registry for officers disciplined for misconduct, as well as a ban on no-knock warrants. Meanwhile, more U.S. cities are being encouraged to strengthen their use of force policies and ensure their police forces refocus on their mission to ensure public safety. Eun-jin, Arirang News.